Hey everybody, good morning. I thought since I didn't do a Julie Tuesday this week, perhaps I would take you along for a Julie Thursday this week. I am currently going through kind of a peel all over my face. That's because I went a little bit extreme with my skincare when I got home from the beach, and my skin is starting to peel, so I'm probably going to be staying home and staying indoors most of the day because the last thing I want to do is have to put any sunscreen on my face. And there's nowhere that I need to go. There's nowhere that I want to go. So I think I'm just going to have kind of a me day and do all of my favorite things. This might not be a super interesting vlog, but this is the one that I want to bring to the channel this week. I'm going to probably do some journaling, some music, and just do the things that I love to do. If you are interested in that, feel free to come along. And if you see little pieces of skin peeling on my face, just know that I went way hard with the glycolic acid this week. Good morning, everybody. It's about 8:30. Michael didn't do a gym chat today, and I think I'm going to do my normal Julie Tuesday today on Thursday this week, since on Tuesday we were responding to everybody's comments on Michael's videos while I was out of town. So I'm pretty predictable. I kind of live the same day many days throughout the week, but this is how I start every single day pretty much of my life, especially days when we're not traveling. I start out with 5 scrambled eggs with some shredded, usually cheddar cheese, a little bit of sour cream, and then salt and pepper. Occasionally I get fancy and I put garlic in them, but this is my breakfast every single day. I have made a French press of coffee. That is the Bones Salty Siren, which is like a sea salt caramel flavor coffee. I have a little bit in here that's left over from yesterday and some cold brew, and I am not a coffee snob. I will just dump all of my leftover coffee into a Yeti mug. And usually I start out by going onto YouTube and looking up some of our friends and watching their videos today. So while I eat breakfast and drink this coffee, I'm gonna look and see if there's any of our YouTube friends that posted overnight. I'm going to start out by watching our friends Van Life Introverts. They just got off a cruise and it sounds like they're having van woes again. Sorry guys, let me see what's going on in your life. Well, I'm halfway done with breakfast, and that was a good way to get my blood pressure going this morning. It was really fun to hear them talking about the prices of everything, not just gasoline going up, groceries, how it's affected them as being people who travel a lot in their van. They don't live out of the van, but they do travel a lot. And how anything that you think the price hasn't gone down, well, the volume has gone down. The shrinkflation. I cracked up laughing at the term shrinkflation. I don't think I've heard that one before, but yeah, okay. Now I'm all fired up about the prices of everything in 2026 being so high. Now I want to watch this video by my friend Nicole Hikes a Lot. I don't remember her name being Nicole Hikes a Lot Adventures. So she is doing a review of some type of a cooler, I think. Nicole always has the prettiest drone footage of wherever she's at. She's been traveling around, going to a lot of state parks, just beautiful, beautiful places. And most of her videos start out with positive messages and some awesome drone footage.
Let me introduce to you the Travolta 25 Dual Zone.
It's a big cooler. This cooler has a QR code and an app, so you can actually operate your cooler remotely.
Once you downloaded the app to your phone, it is very easy to adjust the temperature of your cooler remotely.
All right, finished breakfast. Now I'm going to have my first cup of fresh coffee. It is routine that I drink this entire French press of coffee every morning. In fact, some days I have 2 French presses full of coffee. I don't consider it a bad habit. Some people probably would say that's my vice. But I love coffee. I don't put a thing in my coffee when I make it at home. If I drink coffee out, I usually get like heavy cream if they have it in a sugar-free flavor. But I just like black coffee at home. I have a second YouTube channel, and it's all about like girly and makeup stuff. And I have some friends over there who've posted some new videos. So while I drink this coffee, I'm just going to watch some of my girlfriends and their makeup videos until the coffee is gone, and then we'll get on with my day. I was in the middle of my coffee and one of my friends' videos when I remembered I have a video I need to film for that channel that I had totally forgot about. So I'm going to film that really quick and then get back to what I was doing, coffee and friends. All right, enough fun has been had on YouTube. I need to get started doing the things that I have on my to-do list for today. And one of those is I'm trying to spend at least 1 coffee cup every morning worth of time putting some work into my Everglades handbook that I'm using as my ADHD or my anxiety, whatever, needs a place to scribble or write. I think we talked about this last week. I had pretty much filled out, like, I drew the map and I came up with the songs and everything, and then I went out of town over the weekend. When I got back, this is what I did. I watched a video yesterday. I need to link it down below. Editing Julie, please don't forget. From a YouTube channel, it's Gator Chris's YouTube channel. He put out a video a couple days ago on alligator safety tips, which, by the way, he leads with a very strong disclaimer that a person should never find themselves in a situation where they're fighting for their life against an alligator. 100% of the time you were in their habitat or you did something wrong, and he would never authorize anybody to take his safety tips to do stupid things or go places that you shouldn't be. But I really enjoyed this video. I learned a ton from this video. I basically wrote down every single tip that he possibly had. You gotta go watch the video. It's really, really awesome. But I learned so much about alligators. The tip that I found most interesting over here is called flooding, and I don't consider myself, this doesn't sound like something I think I could do in the moment. But I want to try to learn more about it, because what it is like if an alligator bites you, or if the alligator has something in its mouth that it shouldn't have in its mouth, there's this trick where you can take a stick or something and stick it into an alligator's mouth. If you've ever seen an alligator with their mouth open, they've got a glottis that completely covers their airway. But if you take a stick and you stick it in the alligator's mouth, it'll force that glottis open, and now the alligator is drowning. Like, in the water or anything that the alligator has in its mouth start going into the alligator's lungs, and it will immediately let go of whatever it has and try to expel it. So that was a really, really, really neat tip in his video. I hope I never get in a situation where I have to remember that tip, but it was my favorite part of all the things that he had to say. But again, he had, like, I took notes. I took 4 pages worth of notes on what he had to say in that video. It was awesome. So today I'm going to try to make another headway in my Everglades handbook. I want to look at where I live right now in Celebration, Florida. And I have really enjoyed kayaking at Shingle Creek. We've been there a lot of times on this channel in the past. I kind of want to look at just the general headwaters of the Everglades and sort of see, in relation to me, not Everglades National Park, but the Everglades themselves. Like, what is the northernmost Central Florida part that I could explore beyond Shingle Creek legally, and either on foot as a hike or as a kayak. So I'm just kind of trying to get my bearings and how to begin this trip whenever the time comes. I have pretty much decided, after talking to multiple friends, that this Everglades trip will be something I do in multiple incremental serial parts. There are things Michael's interested in doing, there are things some of my girlfriends are interested in doing, and then there are some things I'm probably going to end up doing solo. So there's not going to be one great big, Julie spends a week or a month or whatever doing like the entire Everglades. It's going to be in little incremental trips. So I'm looking to see what is the closest thing to my house where I live that if I just wanted to run out for like an afternoon and do something besides Shingle Creek, what would that be? So that's what's going to consume this coffee cup. All right, some research with ChatGPT is telling me that since I'm kind of located near Shingle Creek, and that's sort of the direction that I wanted to start my Everglades adventures. Chat tells me that Shingle Creek flows into Lake Tehopekaliga. We have been to a park at Lake Tehopekaliga on this channel before, and that was really fun. It's more of a public park in town, not like, a state park or anything. And then Lake Tehopekaliga flows into the Kissimmee River, and that flows into Lake Okeechobee, of course. The Lake Okeechobee is just absolutely massive, and then south into the Everglades. So theoretically, what I am hearing is that if I put a kayak in at Shingle Creek, I should be able to kayak into Lake Tehopekaliga, into the Kissimmee River, and then into Lake Okeechobee. So all of these could be little bite-sized segments. I think that sounds like an awful lot of fun. He also recommends Lake Kissimmee State Park. I have never heard of this. I knew about Lake Kissimmee, but I didn't know there was a big state park there that's got dry prairie ecosystems. Tons of wildlife, including deer and wild turkeys. I like seeing wild turkeys. Michael does too. He said they almost made the cut to be our national bird, so it's always fun to see a wild turkey. And then 3 Lakes Wildlife Management Area. I have no idea what that is. It is considered a pre-Everglades ecosystem. And then there's Upper Kissimmee River, a paddling trail. That would be super fun. Paddle through oxbows, marshes, and slow-moving water. And then you would be in the Orlando. There's also the Orlando the Orlando Wetlands Park. I have heard of that. That would be a fun trip too. I think I know about where that is because I passed signs for it. So there's just so much I can do. Whenever I start trying to make a plan, I just get overwhelmed with how much there is to do. In my brain, I'm thinking, how fun would it be to kayak shingle? I don't know if logistically this is possible, but what if I just kayaked from Shingle Creek to Lake Tehopakaliga to Lake Kissimmee to Lake Okeechobee? Is that transversible? Is that a word? Transversatile? Can that be traversed in a kayak? I have to find out. No, upon further investigation, no, you cannot do that. Because Shingle Creek does not flow directly into Lake Tehopakaliga, it actually just turns into narrow channels, culverts, pipes, and drainage structures, some impassable sections, and some parts are private property. So can't do that. But that sure did sound like fun. And even if I did make it, I wouldn't be able to go from Lake Toho to the Kissimmee River because there's potentially locks and dams. So I'm not really in a position where I can't haul a fiberglass kayak that far, and I'm afraid if I tried to haul an inflatable kayak that far, I'd just end up popping. Updated research shows me that it is possible to kayak Shingle Creek all the way to Lake Tehopakaliga, which is somewhere between 10 and 13 miles, I think, if my math is mathing. It depends on where in Lake Tehopakaliga you want to consider it done. And for me, I would really want to do this paddle in the direction that the water flows instead of against the current, which means I would have to have a specific point at Lake Tehopakaliga for a put out. And it's a really big lake. I'm not sure after paddling. I have never kayaked 10 to 13 miles. I've done some long ones, but not this long. So it does help that you're going with the current. However, it looks like there's a huge portion of that 10 to 13 miles, which is super shallow. And I don't know if it can be done. But I'm going to consider my first adventure of the Everglades trip a hopefully I can figure out a way to make it work where I can paddle from Shingle Creek, the regional park where we've been before, all the way to Lake Tehopakaliga. That is going to wrap up my Everglades adventure for the morning, and now I'm going to start playing music. One of the things on my to-do list for today is I want to try to learn some traditional Irish tunes. I do not have an Irish flute. I have a regular silver flute, a C flute. And a lot of Irish flutes a lot of what you might think are Irish flutes are tin whistles, or the kinds that are made from wood, and those have slightly different fingerings and different keys. So this is going to be a fun exercise in probably playing by ear, because I can't use the tin whistle tablature, and if I'm watching somebody teach on a keyless or partially keyed wooden flute, I won't necessarily be able to use their exact fingering, although it'll be really super similar. One song that I do remember from my fiddle days is called something like, maybe I can put it on the screen here. I don't know how to pronounce this in actual Irish. I think it's called She Beg, She More, or something like that. Man, I hope nobody from Ireland gets on here and gets mad at me if I mispronounced it, but that's how my fiddle teacher used to pronounce it. I want to learn that, and I want to learn another Irish tune called South Wind, which I think is supposed to be a super pretty easy one. So I'm going to try to find somebody on YouTube teaching, if not on a silver flute, I'm super wanting to challenge myself a little bit. I don't necessarily want an instructor with a silver flute. I want an instructor with an Irish flute. So let me see what I can find on YouTube. Shebang Shemore turned out to be easier than I expected because they have it actually written out in sheet music that I can read. But unfortunately, it does not come with like any ornamentation, and that's the part that I don't know how to do, or I'm trying to learn, trying to train my ear to learn to do, because an Irish flute is generally, they use a lot of ornamentation that's kind of above and beyond what's printed in the music, and I don't really hear that in my head. I want to learn to hear that in my head. All right, that'll be easy to memorize, but that doesn't help me because I would rather learn from somebody without notes, and I did not expect She Begs She More to have so many printed out versions of the song. So let's move on to Southwind. This is exactly what I'm looking for. Somebody with an Irish flute who is going to teach us how to play it by ear without music. This is what it's supposed to sound like on a wooden Irish flute. All those little ornamentations, that's what I want to learn how to hear it. All right, this is going to be fun because she's actually going to teach how to play it by ear. I'm super excited about this. That was easy enough.
With me, after two. 1, 2. Okay, I'm tapping between the 2 G's and the 2 A's at the end of the phrase. Starting with the C natural pickup, is that in mind?
Oh, this will be fun. This will be really fun.
Again. Start on C. call them. The Z after that, which is gap, is a really nice place to take a breath, okay? So great. Let's go through the whole of the second part and then I'll show you a few nice examples. In the middle of the G, in the middle of the F, and in the middle of the E. When I'm cutting on the G and the F, I'm using this finger, the middle one. However, when I'm cutting the F, I switch to the G finger. So
That's what I'm wanting
you can practice that.
to hear
Put
it
into the first and
in my
the
ear because it's not actually part of the melody.
part. Okay. Just another few ornaments that you could put in the tune. In the first part, always swoop up to the B from the A below. This softens the B. And again on the E, we just slide up from the D. And you'll notice I do some vibrato on the left.
Okay, I have found a play along, but unfortunately it comes with music, and I don't want to look at that because I really want to try to remember in my ear how things are going. So let's see what this sounds like. I got the tune, I got the melody in my head. I just need to hear more ornamentation. That's kind of my big goal. Michael just told me that my outfit today looks like the Little Mermaid. I didn't even think about that when I put it on, but now we're gonna see if we can find a part of your world. Karaoke with the music would be great. Hey guys, it is high noon, and we always take Abra out for a little walk on Michael's lunch break, and it's only 78 degrees. It feels beautiful out here, a little cloudy, absolutely gorgeous weather. UV is only 6, so I love it. This is wonderful. And I can get so suckered into what I'm doing, like playing music. I can literally stand there for hours and hours until I'm aching. It's really nice having a dog who reminds you every once in a while to get out and get some fresh air and put down what you're doing. Yeah. Stretch, bend your muscles the opposite direction or whatever. Michael's been picking on his mandolin a little bit here and there in between calls, and he's trying to learn Seminole Wind to play with me. So
I'm trying.
That would be super fun.
It's like patting your head and rubbing your stomach, because I wanted to learn it the way that it's supposed to be played, not just a beginner, but the way, so which that means you're changing chords with your left hand on the neck, and you're also strumming a specific pattern. That's where it gets hard, but I'm trying in between. I'm sure it sounds horrendous, but I wanted to learn it because it is only four chords. So, but there are 2 new chords that I have now learned today that I did not have before watching the lesson. So, pretty pleased with that.
We are walking a route I don't think we've ever brought the vlog to before, but it's one of my favorite ways to take little Abra out. It's down, the road is called Oak Pond, but I really like this retention pond over here. I think it's just gorgeous. And yes, we have seen an alligator in it a few times. I don't know if he'll be out today since the sun's not really out. Yeah, I'm not seeing him. Usually we see a bunch of wading birds here with all these little cypress knees, but I don't see any wading birds today. It's one of my new favorite ponds in the neighborhood, though. It's not new, I just haven't ever had the camera with me when we brought Abra out this way. And then I always love an opportunity to take one of these boardwalks. I think it's so fun. She's excited because she knows there's going to be squirrels on here somewhere, but it's just so nice to be in the shade so much. I absolutely love living in this neighborhood for this reason right here. There's just so many of these nice nature paths in the shade, well maintained. There was a board on the boardwalk close to where we live that we noticed one day that it was loose, and when you would step on it, it would kind of fly up. They had that thing fixed in a couple of days. I never even saw a crew come out, but it was secured almost immediately. This just goes on and on and on. Look at this. Okay, I see the deer. Do you see the deer? We have not seen these friends in a long time. Hello there. Look at you. I only see this one, but we haven't seen them in our neighborhood in quite some time. It's good to see you guys. Michael said he sees them in the morning, especially on the days he goes out for a run, but it's been a while since we saw them around our pond. I'm super glad we came this way today. Here's another one. I'm not even on Zoom, by the way. This is number 1. Here, let me show you. Here's the boardwalk, and there's the deer. Now we can zoom. Just checking us out. Look at that. It's the second deer, by the way. This isn't the same one. Hey, buddy. Hey, cutie. Are you concerned about our dog? I promise. We won't let her come over there and eat your sawgrass. I promise. All yours. All you. See how this goes.
See how it goes. I can imagine how this is going to go.
What is it? What is
Oh,
that?
boy.
Who is it? Look. Look at her, baby. Oh.
She wants to play.
I don't know if she's scared because I'm holding her up high or she actually sees this deer. Who is it? Go get
It's
it.
probably
Go get
50-50.
it. What's that, Abra? What is it? Okay, let's put her down. If you can't see it, it doesn't exist anymore.
Right? I think she sees it though. You got a little monster over there. She does not like when we're not petting her.
Just so you know, she's not doing it now. She is squeaking and crying because
She looks mad. She's so mad.
she wants everybody to knock off work and knock off making a racket.
Yeah.
Look at that little. Welcome back for our walk. Michael wants to practice bile them cabbage down again. So
I learned a little bit of a different version, I guess, a better version.
A fancy way of picking, he says. So I'll just play G until you jump in.
All right, okay.
Together, mandolin and a piano. I think that sounds sweet.
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, you're doing great. He's now doing upstrokes.
My fingers are so red.
Yeah.
I'm now doing upstrokes. Yes, that's the difference. Instead of just playing it like.
Yeah.
I actually am.
He made big progress.
That's the patting and the rubbing I was telling you about earlier.
Speaking of patting and rubbing, this dog does not like it when we ignore her. When everyone is having fun but her.
Princess.
I told him he knows all the chords he needs except for one to play free. Then this happens.
You told me I couldn't bring any drums in here, so I'm doing the best. I did learn that apparently in bluegrass, the bass is a kick drum, and this guy is basically the snare, which helps me understand a little bit when it comes to playing. So that's another thing I've learned today. Free bird!
He really wants to play Freebird.
On that G and then
Just bear with me. I don't want to talk to nobody. I am mad, hungry.
It is about 3:30 and we are giving Abra another little walk. I thought Orange was hiding like under the water. Michael's the one who saw him actually. Can anybody else see Orange right here?
Being sneaky.
He is being so sneaky. Look at this. Look at that gator tail. Look at that gator head. Like you would never even know he was there, right? Boy, he is camouflaged. He's doing what gators do, just waiting on something to come right in front of him so he can just snatch it with that cute little face.
Yeah.
What a cutie you are. And Grandma, if you're watching, I am zoomed in 6 times. I am 6 times.
Okay.
Michael says, yes, Grandma, she's okay. I am 6 times farther away from this gator than it looks like I am. Oh, he's so pretty. Did you get a snack? Well, look who is off work.
Hey guys.
We were gonna head to the pool and soak up some sunshine. It was too windy and chilly this morning.
It was, yeah. It was below 60. It's a great morning for running though.
Temperature's 80, UV is 4.
Perfect.
So gator on the golf course right there.